Is the millennial workforce a waste of time? We're going to talk about that today with Chris and Suzanne here on this week's GQ&A. So Suzanne, tell me your opinion on the millennials.
Well, I have a hard time with the word millennial because, actually I'll ask you guys, do you consider yourselves millennials?
I know that I'm a millennial for sure. In the eyes of a lot of older business people and executives, I would 100% be categorized as a millennial. So anyone born in the 80s and forward tends to be a millennial.
Because I'm technically a millennial, but I think that I have this perception that I'm not viewed as one. So it could be completely wrong. What do you think is the biggest misconceptions about millennials in the workforce?
So a lot of companies complain about this millennial group. They say that they're lazy, entitled, all these things. But the truth is that the workforce is changing. You can't just do business like you used to do business in the 90s and expect to succeed. The baby boomers are going into retirement. The millennials work differently and think differently. Their value structure is much different. So if you don't adapt to that, it's not going to be good news for your business.
Chris, what would you say is an example of a value that a millennial has in their employment that maybe wasn't as important with the older generations?
I think millennials do want a little bit more recognition for their work. And that can be an advantage for a business rather than giving someone, some sort of cash bonus or a raise or whatever it is for doing a job. Simply telling them we're giving them a gold star and giving them some public recognition could be enough, to make that person a happy, valued contributor member of your company.
I think the biggest thing is building meaning for the individual in with your company vision. So you need to have everyone buying into your company vision, but that also needs to make sense with every individual's meaning and life purpose, because that's what makes people hang around, because people just won't hang out at a job for 40 years like they used to.
I think the aspect of having a purpose over how much your paycheck is a lot more important. And speaking of staying at a job for tons of years and working your way up, I've noticed that with looking at a resume of a millennial, it might be more, every 2 or 3 years they're changing jobs. Previously, this may have been seen as a red flag. Why is this person just jumping from job to job? But in reality, many times, depending on the person, it can be that they're constantly evolving. They're not becoming complacent and just doing their same day-to-day activities.
So one thing that I've noticed with the younger generations is they're not looking for a traditional employment anymore. They want a mutually beneficial partnership. So they don't want to come into work and be told what to do. They want their input to be recognized. They want to collaborate on projects. They want to build something with their employer, and they want that opportunity for personal and professional growth.
I have a bit of a different look at this. I hate applying labels to people. I don't really see generations. I think that we're all people at the end of the day, and we're a product of our environment. So millennials, for example, they look for instant gratification, very quick communication, things like that. And that's a result or symptom of the technology, the internet. It shrunk the world so much, they don't have to, or at least they don't feel like they have to come into the office every day, because they can do their work from their bed, their desk, their home, their coffee table. They can do digital conferences. A lot of my clients I've never met face-to-face. We do it with video and we do it from phone. I think the office is becoming more of a moment than a place. And we see a bit of a rift in how people perceive that between an older generation that are running companies and a younger workforce that don't want to fit into that mold. They want to kind of do things on their own. And that's what we're seeing a lot of, like, oh, you guys are lazy. And then the one else saying, well, you don't know how technology works, and you're kind of butting heads.
So it's a completely different value structure. Yeah. The old world versus the new world. And how do you change that and make it work for both?
Well, I think by changing your vision of generations, rather than just assuming all millennials are tech savvy. I have tons of friends that are millennials that are not tech savvy. They struggle using a computer. I also know a lot of, baby boomers, for example, that are very tech savvy.
The thing is, with the younger generations, there is huge potential, because what they want to do is they want to grow, and they can use the internet, they can use these new tools and these social engagement platforms in a much more deep way than other generations are used to doing. So if you can give these millennials and these younger generations a platform to do so, it can be hugely beneficial to your business.
Yep.